What's going on, everyone? Charlie here. Let's talk about SR-NYSEARCA 2021-66. Now, this exchange is where IWM and IJR, the two underlying ETFs for AMC and GameStop, are traded, amongst other places. This is where they're originally listed. This is a notice of filing and immediate effectiveness of proposed rule change to reformat the basic rates section of the NYSE ARCA equities, fees, and charges. Boom! Cool. Anyways, the purpose of this is to reformat the basic rate section of the fee schedule applicable to the securities priced at or above $1 and the rates applicable to securities priced below $1 without making any substantial changes to the current fees and credits for each group of securities. Sick. The exchange proposes to implement the fee changes effective July 20th, 2021. However, since it just showed up on the Fed Register, it should be implemented tomorrow. Now, in connection with the proposed change, the exchange would add new Section 1 titled Definitions that would adopt several definitions that would apply only for purposes of the fees and credits on the fee schedule. And as proposed, Section 1 would set forth the following 12 definitions applicable to exchange transactions. ADV would mean average daily volume. Opening orders would mean market and auction only orders executed in an early open auction, core open auction, or trading halt auction. Adding liquidity would mean the execution of an order on the exchange that provided liquidity. Auction would mean early open auction, core open auction, trading halt auction, and closing auction on NYSE ARCA. SIBO BZX auction would mean orders routed for execution in the open or closing auction on SIBO BZX. Closing orders would mean market on close, limit on close, and auction only orders executed in a closing auction. NYSE American auction would mean orders routed for executions in the open or closing auction on NYSE American. NASDAQ auction would mean orders routed for execution in the open or closing auction on NASDAQ. And finally, US CAD-V would mean United States Consolidated Average Daily Volume of transactions reported to a securities information processor. What does this mean? Next, the exchange proposes to add new Section 2 titled General that would set forth general info regarding the way exchange has always interpreted and applied fees and credits to exchange transactions. As proposed, this section would contain the following general info applicable to exchange transactions. Rebates indicated by parentheses, all fees and credits and tier requirements applied to ETP holders and market makers. All fees and credits are per share unless noted otherwise. As proposed, this section would contain the following general info applicable to exchange transactions. I already read that. Shit. Example of routing with rebates and info. This is what it would look like. So now they're telling you, hey, this is how you read this, by the way. So yeah, that's how you read it now. Now we know. Other than that, this filing basically just outlines a few more things as far as the exchange operational procedures. I didn't know this, but there's no fee or credit for non-displayed limit orders that add liquidity at SIBO. That's good. I like SIBO. Additionally, the proposed footnote under proposed Section V titled Standard Rates Routing would be as follows. Applicable to orders of listed and NASDAQ securities routed away and executed by another market center or participant. So what is the point of this filing, man? Well, let me tell you. Nothing. The point of it is to restructure the rules around, change some language, and define a few terms to make it easier for the reader to interpret it. And that's what the general gist of filings has been today. A lot of reorganizing going on. I think what's happening is Gensler doesn't understand the language, so they're making it a little bit easier to understand for him. Just a guess. Anyways. Whew. Yep. Boom!